we have created this index.php file, and in this we have just displayed the static data. Okay, this products and this categories, this brands, everything is static. Here this cart number is static and this price is also static. Okay, still we have not inserted any product inside the database, and also we have not inserted any categories inside that one. Okay, that actions will be performed by admin. Now in this we are going to work on admin area. Okay, that is admin dashboard. I'll just come to my folder. Now here I'm just going to create one folder. I'll just write here admin area. Okay, inside this folder we are going to create all the files that is related to admin. Now inside this folder I'm going to create index.php. Now this index.php belongs to admin folder. Okay, this index.php is the root. Inside root it is present. This is present inside admin folder. Now here first I'm just going to write this basic boilerplate of HTML. I'll just change the title. I'll just write here admin dashboard. Below this I'm just going to write one comment. I'll just write here bootstrap CSS link. I'll just copy this comment, and here I'll be writing bootstrap JS link. I'll come to index.php. Okay, that is my root, and from here I'm just going to copy the links. Okay, previously we have seen how to link this. I'm just going to copy, and here I'll be pasting that CSS link. Okay, font awesome I am not going to use because inside admin dashboard I am not having any icon, so I am not going to use font awesome. And also I'm just going to copy this JS link. I'll just copy this one, and here I'm just going to paste that one. I'll save this. Now if I just come to admin panel, let me just copy the path. I'll just paste the path here. Now from here I'm just going to remove this. I'll be writing here admin area. Inside that I am having index.php file. Okay, now you can see here I am having this admin dashboard as my title. Now if I just write something here, h1, I'll be writing admin. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now here I am getting this proper output. Okay, now we are going to work on admin dashboard. Now let me just come here. We are going to create this kind of interface. Once we are done with this, we will see how to insert categories. Then we are going to work with databases and tables. Now let me just remove this. Now in place of this we are just going to create here navbar. I'll just create one div, and for this div I'm just going to give the class as container fluid. Okay, as we have seen, each and every element will be having some padding and some margin by default. So for that we are going to give padding 0 and margin 0. I'm directly going to come to style.css. Here I'll be writing the star. Okay, universal selector. Inside this I'll be giving margin to be 0. I'll be giving padding to be 0, and also I'm just going to give box sizing to be border box, because whatever padding and margin I'm going to include, that should be included in the width itself. Okay, it should not go across the width. Now inside this div container I'm just going to create the nav. For this I'll be giving the class as navbar, and also I'm going to give navbar expand. Okay, these are bootstrap classes. You can directly write this one or you can directly copy from bootstrap. Now here I am going to give another class. I'll be writing here navbar light. Okay, whenever I am writing text, that should be in light color, and I'll just change the bg color to info. Okay, bg info, which will be giving me the light blue color. Now inside this navbar I'm just going to create one div, and for this div I'll be giving the class as container fluid. Okay, container fluid we have already seen. It is going to take complete 100% of the width. Inside this, first I want the logo. You can see here inside admin dashboard, first I am having here logo, and then here I am having welcome schema. So for that I am just going to create image tag. Now my image is present inside images folder. Now this index.php is present inside admin folder. So I have to come outside of this admin folder. So I should be writing here 2 dots. But inside index.php, that is root, we have written only 1 dot here. Let me just show you. You can see only 1 dot because this images and index.php is present in the same level. Okay, inside root. But this index.php is present inside admin folder. So we have to come outside of that folder. Now here I'll be writing images. Inside that we are having logo.png. I'll save this. Now let me just come here. I'll refresh this one. Now here I'm having this logo, and also this, you can see this has been fixed. and also I am having this background color. Now you can see the image is very large. Now inside style.css we have already styled for that logo. Now inside this file index.php I am just going to link that one. I'll just come here. I'll be writing one comment. I'll just write here CSS file. Below this I'm just going to write this link, and inside this I'm just going to pass this one. I'll just write here 2 dots. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Still it is not working because for this class I have not given the class. Now here I'm just going to give the class. Let me just write here logo. Okay, whatever class we have given, I'm just going to pass the same class. Now if I refresh this, you can see that class width is been applied, because inside this style.css I have already given the width as 7% and height as 7%. So that will be applied here. Even after giving this padding 0, margin 0 and box sizing to be border box, still I am having some padding here. So for that, to remove that, inside this div container I'm just going to give padding 0. Okay, because inside Bootstrap also we will be having some padding and margin. We have to remove that one. To remove that, we should be giving padding 0 and margin 0. Now it is taking complete 100% of the width. Next I am having here welcome Seema. Okay, that is the admin name. Now below this image I'm just going to create another nav bar. I'll just copy the same thing, and here I'm going to paste, and below this I'll be closing this nav. Let me just bring this here. From this nav I'm just going to remove these 2 classes. I just want only navbar and navbar expand large. Now inside this navbar I'm just going to create ul list. Let me just write here ul. Inside this ul I'll be adding some of the classes. Now inside this I'm just going to add the class. I'll just write here navbar nav. Okay, this is Bootstrap class. You don't have to by heart this one. Whatever I'm doing, you can just follow along with me and you will be getting the same output. Okay, now inside this I'm just going to create the list items. For this list items I'm just going to give the class. I'll be writing here nav item. And inside this list item I'm just going to create anchor tag. For this I'll be giving here nav link. Okay, for list items we are going to give nav item. For anchor tags we are going to give nav link. And for ul we have just given navbar nav. Now inside this first anchor tag I'll be writing here welcome guest. I have just written welcome guest. Now let me just come here. I'll refresh this. Now here I am having this welcome guest. Okay, I have given this navbar nav, so it is working completely fine. Here I am having welcome guest. Everything is working completely fine. Now if you want to create logout button, you can create that one as well. As of now we are not going to see that. Later if we want to add some more functionalities, we will be adding it on later. I have just created the image. Okay, only this much I have done. I have just created the navbar. Inside that I am having this image. Then finally I am having another navbar, and inside that I have just created ul list, and I have just passed one list item. Okay, you can design in your own way. Whatever you feel that is comfortable for you, you can do that one. Now here below this navbar, okay, this is the first child. Let me just write here. I'll just write the comment as first child. First child. Now below this navbar I'm just going to write here second child. Now inside this, let me just show you. You can see here I am having only manage details. I'll just create one div, and here I'm just going to write bg light. Inside this I'll be writing h3. For this I'll just write here text center. I want text in the middle, so I'm just writing here text center. And also I'm just going to give some padding. P-2 means I'm giving padding on all the 4 sides, top, left, bottom and right. I'll enter. Now here I'm just going to write manage details. I'll save this. Now if I refresh this one, now here I'm having manage details. Now below that we are having another section. Inside that we are having admin name. Then we are having all these buttons. Okay, whenever I click on this, all the products should be inserted. Okay, whenever I click on this particular buttons, this action should be performed. Like I should view the products, I can insert the categories, everything we are going to see now. Second child. Now next I'm just going to write here third child. Below this I'm just going to create one div. Okay, basically I'm having 2 sections here. Let me just come back. first I'm having this image, and then here I'm having all the buttons. Okay, 2 sections I'm having, and all these sections are in horizontal row. So to bring this in horizontal row, we are just going to wrap in row class. We have already seen this. Whenever we are wrapping using row class, then inside that we should be having columns, and whenever we are giving that columns, it should always sum up to 12. Now what I am going to do is, this entire thing I am just going to take inside column 12. I'll just write one div. I'll just write here MD12. Okay, now this entire section will come in one row. Okay, this will be taking complete 12 column space. For this, I'll just give the class. I'll be writing here BG secondary because my background color is secondary, and also I'm just going to give some padding. Okay, because it should not get stuck on all the 4 sides, so I'm just giving padding. Now inside this div container, I'm just going to create another div, and inside this div I'll be displaying the image and the name. Let me just create that one. Inside this div, first I'll be writing here anchor tag. Let me just write here hash, and here I'll be creating the image. Inside image, as of now I'm just going to give this one images, and here I'll be writing pineapple dot. Let me just check for that. Here I am having pineapple juice dot jpg. I'll save this. Now if I refresh this one, you can see here I am having that image. Now below this anchor tag, I'm just going to give one paragraph. For this, I'll just write here text light, and also I'm just going to give another class, that is text center, and inside this I should be displaying admin name. So as of now, I'm just going to write here admin name. When admin is logged in, only then admin name should be displayed here. Now if I refresh this one, below this you can see here I am having this admin name. Now I have given text center, so I am having here. Now below this div container, okay, this is the first div container where I have displayed the image, and here I am having the admin name. Okay, now for this image I'll be adding the class. Okay, now here I'll just write the class. I'll be writing here admin image. I'll be writing equal to admin image. I'll just copy this class, and inside style.css I'm just going to paste that one. For this, I'll just give the width as 100 pixel, and also I'm just going to copy this, and here I'll be pasting that one. I'll just refresh this one. Okay, now it is not getting applied. Let me just come here. Now here I'm having proper class. Okay, sometimes it happens. If you are not able to apply that one, I'll just copy this from here. I'll comment this out. I'm just going to write here internal style. Okay, you don't have to worry. Later on we are going to fix that one. Okay, sometimes it is happened because of cache or something. Now here I'll be pasting that. Now if I refresh this, you can see it is working. Okay, same stylings I have applied. Here it is getting applied, and here it is not getting applied. No problem. We are going to see that later. As of now, we are just going to reduce the width of the image. Now next, below this container, okay, this is the first div container inside this column 12. Okay, in this we have just displayed the image and admin name. Now below this we have to display all the buttons. So here I'm just going to create one div. For this div, let me just give the class as button, and also I'm just going to give here text center. Inside this I'm just going to create all the buttons. I'll just write here button. Inside button, okay, totally let me just write here totally 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, totally 10 buttons I need, so I'm just going to write button into 10, and inside each button I'm having anchor tag, and for this I'm just going to give some of the classes. I'll just write here nav link, and also I'm just going to write here text light, light, and for all the buttons I'm having this bg info, so I'll be writing this one. Okay, this whatever I'm writing here, that is called as emit. For all the buttons I'm just going to give margin top of 1. Okay, margin top and bottom I'm just going to give 1. I'll enter. Now you can see all the buttons are created, and inside each button anchor tag is been added. Let me just bring this down. Okay, I'll be writing the code what I wrote, don't worry. Okay, this is called as emits, and we have already seen about emit, how to display this kind of output. I'll just write that one. First I have just written button. I just want 10 buttons. Inside each button I want anchor tag. For this anchor tag I have just given the classes as nav link, and also I have just given text light, light, then I have given bg info, then finally I have just given margin y of 1. Okay, this is the emmet I have written to get this output, okay, this entire output. As of now I'm just going to comment this one. If you want, you can just copy the same thing. If you write this one line of code, you will be getting this entire thing. Now this is the output I got. Let me just check for that. I'll refresh this. Now here I am having all these buttons, okay, 1 2 3, all the buttons has been displayed. Now what I am going to do is, now inside each anchor tag I am just going to add the content. Now inside this first anchor tag, let me just add the content. I'll just write here insert products. Then next I am having view products, insert categories. Now inside this I'll be adding view products. I'm having insert categories. Then I'm having view categories, insert brands. Here I'll be writing, instead of this I'll be writing view. Then insert brand, I'll just copy this, and here I'll be pasting that one. I'll just write here insert brands. Then here view brands. Then next I'm having this one, all orders, all payments, list users. I'll save this. I'll just come here, I'll refresh this one. Now you can see all the buttons is been displayed. Now the problem is, I just want in this kind of thing, okay, here I'm having this image and name, and here I'm having all these buttons. So what we are going to do is, okay, this is the first div container, okay, this one is the second div container, and this is the first div container. That is, this is the first child of this div, and this is the second child of this div. So for the parent, we are just going to give here display flex. As soon as you give this one, this div and this div will come in horizontal row. I'll refresh this. Now you can see they both have come in horizontal row. And also I'm just going to give one more property, that is align items to be center. Align items to be center. Okay, this is bootstrap class. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now items are aligned properly. If you want, you can add some more margin. You can see some more margin you can add. Now what I'm going to do is, now for this buttons, I'll be adding the class. I'll just add the class, and here I'm just going to give margin y of 3. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now only for the first button I have added. So here I'm having this kind of buttons. Okay, if you want, you can give this kind of layout as well. Okay, based on your design, whatever you want, you can give. Now here I'm not having any spacing. Now for this div container, I'm not having any spacing. So here inside this div, I'll just add the class, and here I'll be adding padding. I'll just add here padding x to be 5. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now here I'm having some spacing. If you want, you can add from top and bottom as well. Like this you can do. Let me just come here. I'll be adding here. I'll just write here padding. I'll refresh this. Now here I'm having this output. Let me just reduce the padding. I'll just write here 3. I'll refresh. Okay, now I think it's completely fine. Now here I'm having all these buttons. If you want, you can give this as well, or you can just keep as it is. Now whenever admin clicks on this insert products, okay, this kind of interface should be opened. Then again, when admin clicks on this view products, this kind of interface should be opened. Okay, now later on we are going to see how to do this, but before that we should insert categories. If we insert categories, only then we will be able to insert the products. Because while inserting the products, you can see we are having this categories here. Okay, this categories I'm getting from the database, so I should be getting that categories and brands. So first we will see how to insert the categories, how to insert the brands, and then we are going to insert the products. Now here inside index.php, here we are having this logout. Okay, if you want, you can give the footer as well. Let me just come to index.php. From here I'm just going to copy this footer, and here I'll be pasting that one. Okay, at the end I'll be pasting that one. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Okay, now here I'm having this footer. Now for this footer, if you want to add, you can bring at the end. Okay, like this you can bring. Okay, based on your requirement, you can give the footer as well. As of now, let me just write here footer class. I'll just copy this. I'll just come on top, and here I'll be writing footer. Now inside this footer, I'm just going to add here position. Position, I'm just going to give absolute. If we give this position to be absolute, by default it will be relative to body. And also I'm just going to give bottom to be 0. I'll save this. Now if I refresh this one, here I'm having this footer. Okay, later on, based on your requirement, you can change the stylings. Okay, even I cannot do the exact stylings because I'm not going to see the code. Okay, directly I am performing this. Here and there the stylings may differ, but we are going to get the same result. Next we are going to work on inserting the categories.